After moving into their cozy new home deep in the Appalachian Mountains, this couple thought they were in for a peaceful, quiet life. But instead, they found themselves at the center of something far more unsettling. What began as subtle, almost playful paranormal activity quickly escalated into a full-blown supernatural storm that left them gasping for answers. One night, reacting to what they thought was an intruder alert, the couple raced downstairs to investigate the noise source. Finding no one there, they turned into their CCTV for answers. What they discovered was more chilling than they could have imagined. Take a look at the creepy footage captured that night. After reviewing the footage, they discovered a shadowy figure in the corner of their living room that looked like a man with his head tilted backwards. But the freaky part was how the supposed man simply vanished. Poof, as if it had never been there at all. As they went to investigate it, was this the work of a malevolent spirit, or is there another explanation? Whatever the case, this eerie moment left the couple questioning the very safety of their home.
Our next video was sent by our dear viewer Belina on Instagram. The video is from the guys at the YouTube channel Fashat and G's, who have a penchant for exploring old, creepy, abandoned buildings at night. But this time around, the paranormal came back to bite them in the arse. They went from Rambo mode with their full camo suits to running for their spare pants in a heartbeat. But before you watch the bone-chilling events that got them questioning their line of work, we first need to understand why they were there in the first place. They were called to investigate a village that was rumoured to be tormented by a jinn. The locals had enough of being scared every night, so they took their ghost hunting tools to find out why. Right from the get-go, it was evident that the evil that ravaged the area was still lurking. They are immediately met by sounds that could have only been caused by someone on the roof. This part of the village is said to be the paranormal hotspot, but this was just a taste of what was to come. Multiple creepy creatures can be seen lurking in the shadows by the window, and were only captured by the night vision camera. He couldn't see a thing with the naked eye. This was in the room right above them. Could it have been what made those sounds or sent the grass their way? What happened next shows that the danger might be closer than they think.
دعا باید بیاریم کیوان دعا باید بخونم من هیچ ندارم دارم منو میزنن دعا خدا دعا باید بیاریم کیوان دعا باید بخونم من هیچ ندارم دارم من دعا خدا
They returned to the room where they had set up, only to find their devices damaged rather mysteriously. Could they have had someone destroy it to add some credibility to their story? Or was it really time to pack up and leave? As they attempt to retrieve their things, the walls start to collapse. Objects are thrown at them, and a heightened sense of hostility fills the area. They finally get the message and escape by the skin of their teeth. Of course, this could all just be a good piece of spooky entertainment, but what if it isn't? What if they really came face to face with something neither they nor the locals could ever explain? Creepy, right?
After hearing the creepy story surrounding a Japanese hotel that has been abandoned for years, these guys couldn't stop themselves and had to explore it at stupid o'clock. But dark corridors and rotting walls weren't the only things plaguing the old building, as they would soon find out while investigating one of the lower rooms. Someone or something has been watching them the whole time. Take a look. Look closely and you can just about make it out. There's a shadow figure lurking among the rubble. Sure, the video is so dark and the encounter so quick that for all we know, it could have been one of his buddies just having a laugh for a spooky video. But according to locals, this haunted hotel houses the souls of many previous guests, where it's not uncommon to hear screams at night, and some even reported seeing shadow figures lurking around the building, just like this one. They actually explore places plagued with mystery around Japan based on information obtained from interviews with local residents, with the aim of, quote, encountering the unknown. But what's your take? Are they staging it? Or are all the rumours surrounding this haunted hotel real cases of paranormal activity? Let us know your thoughts. In what appears to be a haunted house with some serious poltergeist activity going on, Jack's Paranormal uploaded the following scary video on TikTok, which very quickly went viral for its terrifying nature. Take a look. Through the glass, we can clearly see that there's no one on the other side of the door, so how the hell is the door handle moving so aggressively? Motors, strings, a ghostly tantrum? No idea, but the video ends abruptly when the dude decides to hightail it straight out of there to go and grab his brown spare pants. Wouldn't we all? No idea what is going on in this next video, but let's see if you can figure it out. Filmed on a late night, this footage shows a crowd of concerned, rowdy people trying to get a glimpse of something on the roof of a building. There's something faintly gliding around just behind the balcony, but what the hell is it? It doesn't look particularly humanoid in shape, but the person recording it seemed to believe it was, somehow, a witch. If it's a ghost, God knows what the guy trying to throw stuff at it was thinking. Good luck with that. Michael and Heather from the TikTok page Southern Haunts have been living a real nightmare ever since they started engaging with the strange happenings in their home. But, as you probably know by now, paranormal activity doesn't start off terrifying straight away. It builds up over time.
If there's somebody here with me right now, can you please open the door? Thank you. If you're mad at somebody in this house or mad in general, can you open the door harder? Please? Oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got goosebumps, y'all. Thank you.
A fair bit of this footage left their viewers skeptical, with comments attributing all of these events to strings, the cat, and even some cheeky editing. To prove their claims, they started setting up a few more cameras around the house, but things got scarier when the cat started to notice something wasn't quite right. For all we know, somebody could be standing just out of shot and giving us the illusion that there's something spooky lurking in the house. But we can't deny that the cat definitely clocked onto something fishy. No pun intended. At this point, you might be thinking to yourself, but this is just a boring ass footage of someone pulling some strings, right? Let's take a look at how it all started then. This was their first mistake.
E. R. E.
Here. Oh my God. Goodbye. Oh my God, I don't want to do this door.
I'm freaked out now. Oh no. Hold on.
Was that upstairs? Oh my God. Oh my God, no!
Heather does try and close the session by frantically saying goodbye, but it was too late. Both their hands flew off the planchette before that, and that's all it takes. Many paranormal investigators seem to believe that removing your hands from the planchette before saying goodbye can open a portal that invites entities into your home through the board, and it seems like something definitely decided to shack up at the top of the stairs.
Oh my God, no!
After this, the activity ramped up whenever they tried to get a good night's sleep.
Shh, turn it down.
is that?
I don't know.
Shh, shh, shh. Who's there? Oh my God! Holy shit!
They would throw open their bedroom door after hearing chaos rack through their kitchen, only to see all their cupboard doors thrown open.
Wake up. Wake up.
What?
There's somebody ringing the doorbell. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Go check, see if somebody's at the door. Is anybody there?
Oh. I was going crazy.
Shut and lock the door. Lock the door. There's no way somebody ran off that fast.
And when they opened their door, nobody would be anywhere in sight.
Turn the lamp on. It's happening again. It's happening again. All the chairs are moved.
And their chairs would be scraped across the floor before all the lights cut out, engulfing them in darkness. But soon, the nighttime activities bled into broad daylight.
Holy shit.
that? You hear the footsteps? Turn the lamp on.
The knocking didn't stop, it only got worse. At first, they thought it was only coming from the outside of their home, but they soon came to the dire realization that something was hidden behind each one of their doors.
Babe, look. Shh. There's something in the bathroom. Oh my God.
Their house started getting messier and messier, and then the activity became a little less playful and a little more violent. Although this last clip seems a little suspicious, that everything is being pulled the same way and that the lights are off, perhaps it could be obscuring the truth, although the lights are quickly turned back on in the next clip. Some commenters seem to believe that the lights flickering is Morse code. Some say it spells "get out" and others say it's just gibberish. From this point on, things started to get physical though. We can't see anyone pulling on her hair, but it's definitely moving. Harry Potter's invisible cloak, or a real poltergeist haunting? Let us know what you think in the comments.
Imagine a house where doors open on their own, objects go flying, and shadowy figures come out to play at night. That's what this guy claims to experience on a regular basis. So much so that his daughter is terrified of going home when it's getting darker. One night, when he was just watching TV, his lights started freaking out, and little did he know, he was about to get one hell of a paranormal punch in the face.
Estoy viendo la tele y de repente no sé qué pasó, se apagó la luz. Otra vez apagó la luz. Voy a buscar la linterna. Ah, se apagó la tele. Aquí está la linterna. ¿Qué está pasando? No, no, no, no, no mames, mames. ¿Qué es eso? Por Dios, ¿qué es eso? Se apagó. Mi celular, mi celular, mi celular. Traigo mi celular. Está prendido allá abajo. Está prendido allá abajo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Se prendió la luz. Se está apagando la luz. Se está prendiendo la luz.
Sure, anybody could be wearing a black robe, but the dog's barking and his dead sprint towards his escape vehicle do add a certain level of spookiness to this clip. Real or fake, it's definitely creepy. Or is it? What's the deal about all these clips that we see online that show shadow figures leaving people running for their spare pants, but nothing bad ever really happening? Peeping and creeping around? Is that all shadow weirdos can do? Hold on, let me grab my tiny violin. Seriously though, why don't we ever see these shadow weirdos attacking anybody?
Late one night, this rider was cruising along a seemingly quiet and empty road. Everything appeared normal, just a man and his motorcycle cutting through the darkness. The camera mounted on the bike captures the road ahead, showing nothing unusual. But when the rider decides to point the camera to him, something chilling comes into view, and the night takes a truly dark turn. Take a look. Did you catch that? It's subtle, but it's there, riding right behind him. The shadow of what looks like a person, as if something decided to hitch a ride. The road's empty, the night still, no hands holding his chest, no shadow with the camera pointing forward, yet this shadowy figure appears only when pointing the camera to him. How's that even possible? There's no one else around, not a soul in sight. As the camera moves, you can see it first. It's just him. Then suddenly, there's another shadow. It's eerie and unsettling, like it belongs to some passenger who isn't physically there. Could this just be a trick of the light, or are we talking something a bit more supernatural? The idea of a ghostly hitchhiker is hard to ignore, especially when the evidence is staring you right in the face. In the comments, some joked about it being his ghost girlfriend, but there's nothing funny about this sighting. That shadow leaves us with way more questions than answers, and the creepy feeling that something otherworldly might have joined him on that ride.
Cart Farm story has terrified people living in that area for years. It is believed that the property is haunted. The owner hired someone to manage this farm a long time ago, as he was managing his other farm. But soon he noticed something rather unusual about this person. There was a lot of staff disappearing and new staff regularly being hired. What could be wrong? The owner reported his concerns to the police. Before the police arrived to speak to the manager, he had already left the farm without notice. What followed was a series of ghastly discoveries. Bodies were found, and it turned out that the manager had fed at least one person to the cows. Since then, many people have caught unexplained activities on camera. Independent paranormal investigator CJ Faison decided to check out the now abandoned Honeycutt farm. Following this, the current owner found out and contacted CJ to inform him that he was the owner of the farm. After more discoveries between the two, CJ realised that the farm was up for sale. Due to his interest in the paranormal, he decided to buy the farm and carry out more paranormal investigations. He also wanted to help out the spirits that are stuck there. Now, as the official owner of the Honeycut farm, CJ goes back many times to catch paranormal activity, with one of these sessions even leaving his friend Sonny with an unexplained red mark on his back.
I'm telling you right now, I've been to a lot of places, dude. This is more activity at this place than anywhere. I'm telling you, this is spirits that are... Oh gosh, what the fuck? Yo, whoa, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Something's fucking burning, dude.
What?
Something's fucking burning me.
Yo, okay, legit? Yo, I don't think being here is such a good idea anymore.
Dude, here, take my fucking kit. What is something is burning me.
There's a fucking handprint on you, bro. Yo, I don't even like this, dude. I don't even want to be here. Literally, I do not want to be here right now.
Fuck, dude.
I do not want to fucking be here. Let's go. Yo, let's go. I told you something didn't feel right. As soon as we showed up here and came down here, told you something wasn't right, dude. I told you something wasn't right. Yo, let me see that legit. That looks like somebody fucking nailed your ass.
Ah, dude, it just started
It's
burning.
like that's a red mark right there. Gosh, damn, son. Yo, it's just like one scratch right through there. It looks like it's red around it. That looks like a fucking hand.
But during one of his first paranormal investigations, the air gets heavier as he goes inside the farm, and amongst other things, he captures something damn right chilling. Take a look.
It's like heavy to breathe. I have it all for you. What the fuck was that?
Is there any animals in here?
I mean, you just saw an animal, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just an animal, dude. I don't know. I'm hoping like hell that was an animal.
Did you see it? While CJ believes he saw an animal, a shadow person's moves passed from left to right on the wall behind. CJ didn't notice it at the time, but days later, a fan mentioned it in the comment section. How about you? What do you think CJ caught on camera? Please share your thoughts on this strange shadow person encountered in the comments below.
Moxley's paranormal world has always been a one-man show, but after this experience, in what has now been dubbed the Shadow Man's Lodge, he's going to be heavily considering a full SWAT team for future endeavours. Anticipating a real-life horror film while looking from the outside, he was a little disappointed when he didn't stumble across much on the inside, aside from the odd creaky floorboard, of course. That was until he found the basement.
Looks a little bit too claustrophobic for my liking down there. But then again, that's what we're here for. Are you down in this basement? There's a few bits down there.
He scares people.
He scares people. Does he not like people coming down into his house or into his basement? Into his house? I've heard he scares people as well. He's not very nice, is he? Look at all this. Who's down in the basement? In the cellar? What the was that? Oh, get up, get up. What the was that? And cobwebs everywhere. Whew.
Did you hear that? From analysing the footage, you can usually hear audio clipping when there's editing in a video. But that sounds so clear and crisp. Somebody might have been hiding down there, but who would be lurking in the basement of a lodge in the middle of nowhere? Many people had gone to investigate and had been chased out of the front doors by some unseen force. And there were multiple reports that the whole lodge provided a sense of danger and unease. There's a pretty good chance it could have been a homeless person wanting to keep their shelter to themselves. But which is scarier? A violent shadow man? Or a disturbed human suffering in the middle of God knows where, all alone? The following creepy event happened while a homeowner was checking her cameras after a few lightning strikes. But lightning strikes were not the only thing she came across that night. She also found something else. Something nobody has yet been able to explain. Take a look. Bet you missed it, didn't you? A figure with long arms, a long neck, and a large head bolts past, straight after the lightning bolt, or whatever that huge flash was. Is this real-life documentation of extraterrestrial beings visiting Earth? Maybe one of the strange creatures that seem to live in the sewers making an appearance? Or just somebody passing by in a hurry? The weather was horrible after all. Let us know what you think in the comments.
A huge shout out to our longtime viewer Utops for this one. As well as drawing us to this creepy ass video, Utops has been a ride or die subscriber from the very start over a year ago and never missed our weekly Spookfest. So a huge thank you for all your long lasting support. Let's get to the video you sent us. Living on your own is supposed to be a time of independence and new beginnings, but for Donnie Drunkard on YouTube, those new beginnings included an uninvited guest.
Here. Like I said, I felt like somebody is out there in the hallway. And clearly there's
These live streams go to show the paranormal pit of despair that Donnie is living in. If you take a look here, you can see a faint outline of something at the end of the hall. But surely, it's just one of his mates messing around with him, right? Maybe not. Look at the high exposure shot. It's big, it's bad, and it certainly isn't here to play any games. More things around the house seem a bit out of place, and it's probably not edited because every clip Donnie posted was taken directly from a live stream. And even when the house is empty, the alleged entity enjoys causing some chaos. Did you see what looked like a pale arm lashing out from the darkness? You think it couldn't get any worse, but this house seems to be full of surprises. On yet another deplorable livestream, Donnie brings out the big guns. By that I mean a spirit box, a REM pod, and a recital of the Lord's Prayer. Watch how it unfolds.
okay. This is really hard for me to get through to you guys. The feeling that I have right now is just absolute dread and evil. This thing is feeding on my just sorrow and depression. They hear my name. Hear that? That's what's in here with me right now. That tone. It's not a woman. I'm not feeling a womanly presence. Not that I have in such a long time, but that's besides the point. What I'm feeling right now is just this. You know how there's different types of dog, like there's a different type of fox. There's a desert fox, but there's a red fox, but there's also Arctic fox, there's Russian foxes. I think the same thing goes for demons and just the spirit world. It's just... This thing's going off now. Threat. It's threat. Cable. Like I said, pulling my cable, the Kathy cable. You heard me say pull my cable? It's going crazy. I'm not even listening to that. I'm watching this. Cable. I don't know. It's even won't focus on the deep freeze. Maybe the SLS is wicked. Look. Could you see that? Could anybody see that? I think I'm gonna piss myself. Oh, man. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I can feel something pushing me. Like there's something just actually pushing on me right now, pushing on me. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Shit. There's nothing. There's no string or anything like that. Fuck is right. Hear that? Whatever's that, there's evil here.
Something is freaking out at the sheer mention of godliness. At first, we could assume that it was just a mate on the other side of the door, as we know there's no strings being pulled, but when he opens it, it's a freaking storage room with no one inside. Is this a true demonic entity plaguing an innocent man's life, or just someone having a bit of a laugh on livestream? Let us know what you think in the comments.
Like almost every teenager, these guys always laughed at ghost stories and paranormal sightings. But what they caught in this video has left them speechless and questioning everything they thought they knew.
What are you doing in my lives?
This one is really hard to spot, but before we go there, a huge shout out to our viewer Danny Sharp who suggested this video on our Discord server. Thanks mate. Now back to our spooky business. These dudes appear to be having a little music production session at Stupid O'Clock, and soon they find out why it isn't such a smart thing to do, because you never know what might be lurking in the dark. As one of these guys records everyone in the room, he inadvertently captures something that was only pointed out by someone who saw the Snapchat video later on. Easy to miss, right? A creepy pale face can be seen for a brief moment snooping through the window. This undoubtedly could be a heart-thumping experience for anyone, especially if you're the one that has to sleep in that room every night. But what if that's what they want us to believe? Are we really buying into the whole unholy entity act? Or did they just recruit a friend to slap on some powder and play Casper? Ghost or glam? We can't know for sure. However, we must consider the possibility of something far more sinister lurking in the shadows. After all, these dudes didn't even know someone or something was there until a friend pointed it out. Second, we faintly saw a fully formed face by the window. If it were a reflection, it wouldn't be so well formed, throwing up the possibility of someone actually being on the other side watching them. But what do you think? Real or fake? Let us know in the comments.
Seems like these dogs are all struggling with their beauty sleep. While tucking herself into bed, Tracy Alberton noticed her furry friend howling at the doorway.
Is it happy? Who is it, Happy? Who is it?
began to shake and stumble backwards, almost like something touched him. But there's nothing there. If it were just a breeze, surely he wouldn't have freaked out the way he did. And dogs only tend to growl when they feel threatened. So, what does he feel threatened by? What can he see that we can't?
Grandma thinks she gets visited by a little pink girl who gets her excited. Little did she know, there was more to what she was seeing than she thought. Check this eerie video out.
What is amazing, Mom?
Can you see this little pink girl here?
A pink girl?
At a hospital, a grandma who seems to be under treatment is seen looking out of the room into the hall, observing something. The man with her questions what she sees, and her answer is either heartwarming or very chilling.
Harder.
They're having a party? What kind of, is it a birthday party with kids?
She claims to see a little pink girl standing right in front of her.
Can you see this little pink girl here?
One that the man obviously can't see, as the footage doesn't show any human in the room besides them. However, he tried asking if the little girl looks Oriental, as his mum lived overseas for a while.
Is she Chinese or Oriental?
Chinese.
Pardon me?
Chinese or...
Chinese?
He questions her further about what she sees, and the granny explains that there are kids having a party in the hospital. What exactly was she seeing? Was it a figment of her imagination, or was there really something more to it? Something that most human eyes can't see, but the granny was able to witness? Let us know in the comments. Remember when you were a kid, fascinated by ghost stories, jumping at every opportunity to try a new paranormal game? I bet you tried everything. Bloody Mary, the elevator game, Three Kings, Ouija board, the midnight game, and so on, right?
Yeah.
Well, these girls are just like that. The only difference is, they're actually crazy enough to mess with a real-life haunted doll and decide to invoke its spirit, only if they knew what would come of it. Take a look.
Mi hermano ha visto visual con sus amigos, dice que ha tenido edad. No creo, ¿verdad? Prende la vela, prende la vela. Catalina, Catalina, vuelve a la vida, lo que el diablo te da, el diablo te quita. Catalina, Catalina, vuelve a la vida, lo que el diablo te da, el diablo te quita. En nombre del demonio, manifiéstate hoy, aquí y en este día. En nombre del demonio, manifiéstate hoy, aquí y en este día.
Imagine the adrenaline of seeing it responding to your summoning. Bet you'd react just like that, wouldn't you? What makes this video even creepier is the actual words they're chanting and how real their reaction seems.
Catalina, Catalina, vuelve a la vida, lo que el diablo te da, el diablo te quita. En nombre del demonio, manifiéstate hoy, aquí y en este día. En nombre del demonio, manifiéstate hoy, aquí y en este día.
Reckon they really had a paranormal experience last night? What do you think? An eerie elevator, an unsuspecting woman alone, and a CCTV camera that captured way more than just an occupant waiting to arrive on her floor. That's what made this elevator ride one like you've never seen. What began as a routine elevator ride turned creepy pretty quickly. It skipped floors and ignored her stop, plunging seemingly endlessly. Panic sets in as her calls for help went unanswered, with no signal. And just when doom seemed certain, it stopped on an unfamiliar, pitch-black floor. She was never seen again. There are a few details that make this video a lot creepier. Not just the fact that it reminds us of the creepy surveillance videos of Elisa's last moments in the Cecil Hotel, but also the way the footage started glitching, with people entering the elevator when the doors were closed, in a way that makes our minds jump straight to the theories surrounding parallel universes. But also the fact that when it was going up, we see a creepy face on one of the floors, and a yellow floor very similar to those in the back rooms. Sure, this is probably the project from a very talented student of the 7th art, but what if it isn't? Do you believe the possibility of portals between alternate universes? Let us know. Well, those abandoned buildings aren't going to explore themselves, are they? While learning about some local folklore, YouTuber In The Dark discovered an abandoned building with a blood-curdling story. According to urban legend, the very building in this clip is inhabited by demons who stole the soul of a young boy. Apparently, the young boy's spirit returns to the area every so often. But is it true, or just an old wives' tale? Let's find out what's going on there.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Pencere kapandı galiba. Bismillah.
Of course, so far we can't see if there's somebody upstairs, but he soon grew some balls and decided to take a closer look. However, the more doors slammed throughout the video, the better view we got, and the less explainable their footage became.
Arkadaşlar rüzgar bile yok ki diyeyim ki rüzgar kapattı.
Surely we would have heard footsteps running away before he opened the door. And how would that person have run unnoticed towards this room?
Bismillah, bismillah, bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
It's especially terrifying when we get a full pan around of the room the slamming came from, and there is nobody there.
Burası tekrar açıldı. Şuraya göstereyim. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Arkadaşlar kapının yanına geçirken bile kapılmıyor.
And as he travels deeper into the building, more things worm their way through the cracks to let him know he's not welcome.
Hiçbir şey yok. İşte tekrar üst kata bakacağım. Bismillah.
seems like we can't see whatever terrorizes the rooms, but we can definitely hear their footsteps. There was clearly the sound of loud, heavy footsteps sprinting past the doorway, but there was nobody there to be seen. He takes all this activity, and the fact that he claims to have felt hands pulling him through the corridors, as a sign to pack up and leave. But almost as a good riddance, the building churns out a few more scares.
Odaya çeken kişi de hemen hemen ortalama 5 tane el. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
And then, as he was filming his outro,
Biri beni tam şuramda tutup cama doğru. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Arkadaşlar gördünüz. Bismillah, bismillah, bismillah. Arkadaşlar dediğim gibi videoyu burada bitiriyorum. Az önce o camı burada bir cam kapanıyor arkadaşlar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
do you think this is footage of a demonic hellscape, or the fancy footwork from a backstage team?
They say never roam around a haunted place in the middle of the night because you might encounter something you really don't want to. But YouTuber Joey from Urban Ghost Urban Exploration didn't believe in this until he caught something terrifying on camera. Joey believed that nothing could scare him, so he decided to take on the challenge alone to explore a haunted mansion in the Medina at 2 AM. This turns out to be nightmarish, as he observes one strange incident after another. However, we have captured something that he missed. Let's watch.
Alright guys, so my clumsy self fell down the stairs. I'm glad I didn't smash my camera. I tried to put it down as I was going. I lost my footing. Pretty sure that there's people outside. And I'm pretty sure this place is freaking haunted. I guess what has me the most freaked out about this place is the fact that I left the other day with such a feeling of helplessness, and I was burned on my back, you know, so it kind of makes me want to come back here.
Did you see how a shadowy figure peeking from the door behind Joey at his right? Watch it again. We brightened the footage. Was there really something else with Joey in the haunted mansion, or just someone playing a prank? Figure it out and let us know in the comments.
Beckett claims to have found the following terrifying footage inside the long unused basement of a Massachusetts high school. In the video, we can hear a student commenting on how an out-of-order elevator caught his attention whenever he walked past it to go to class. So after a little bit of sleight of hand, he got hold of the key to the elevator control room. Whenever he got the elevator working again, he immediately noticed a button to go to the basement, so naturally he went down there, only to find what turned this into one of the creepiest found footage tapes we've ever watched. Take a look.
Get the fuck out of here. It's on. Second floor art, main lobby, basement? Since we have a basement? I just turned on an elevator with a key, this key, which I sold. I didn't get fucking suspended for this. Yeah, heading down to a basement I didn't know was here. Alright. Oh, wow. Mechanical room. It's locked. What's this? This is insane. It's tape there. Tape on the caution tape is like covered in dust on the other end. It's not even sticky anymore. Is this sort of like taped off at one point? Hold on. Does this go across? It goes right across. Unlocked, and wow. Okay. Bro. Do you see this shit? What the fuck's that on the ground over there? Hold on. It's a shoe. It's like an old shoe on the ground. Fuck, who loses a shoe? That mechanical room. It's also locked. What the fuck? Hold on. The fuck? Alright. That's a little weird. This place is coming apart. Fucking long has it been since anyone's used it? Stairs. I've seen stairs above it. Yep. As I expected, locked. Look at the top of this fire alarm. It's like, yeah, it's been fucking forever since anyone's been down here with like the fallen tile and the dust everywhere. I'm gonna leave now, but hold on first. Yeah, classroom. Oh my god. These floppy disks. It's been like 15 years since anyone's been down here. It's like a music room. We have a music department, but it's like upstairs on the top floor now. Piano. Okay, yeah, I'm leaving. I like that one bit. Between the house centipedes and the freaky noises. Yeah, fuck this place. Alright, serious? The door fucking locked. The door fucking locked. Okay. Yep. Stay calm. I have still the key. Hold on. It's right here. Hold on. Mechanical room. Oh, hold on. Switch hands. Fucking shitting me. You know what? I know I'd rather get in trouble with you. It's stuck down. It's like locked down now. Oh shit. Wait, what the hell was that? Fucking. Okay, use my key to get out of here. The door doesn't have a fucking keyhole on this side. Great. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Jesus Christ. I need it down here. What the? Smell those fucking bugs. Stuff outside.
Creepy, isn't it? Despite the fact that the uploader mentioned finding this footage in an abandoned high school, you're probably thinking the same thing as we did. Massive ARG vibes here, right? It has all the pointers, murky backstory, little to no information on the channel, and a bunch of creepy clips edited together. And there are a couple of commenters that mention wanting a glimpse behind the scenes too. What if it is real though? Without any backstory, it's hard to prove either way. But what do you think? An ARG? Or something far more sinister? Let us know your thoughts.
The man who once lived inside the home that this footage came from sadly took his last breath a few days before it was filmed. He was an avid biker, taking great care of his motorcycles. His family by then had not had the heart nor the time to do anything with the vehicles, and they realised that they might not be able to at all when they saw this footage on the security camera that he'd once put up to protect his property. The guy's family heard the commotion and went to check the cameras, only to be confronted with what they believed to be his spirit coming back to try and take his bike for one last ride. While sometimes bikes can malfunction and start by themselves, how are the handles moving as though someone were turning them round? Do you think that this is the spirit of a biker trying to get his knee to the ground one final time? Or could there be a more electrical explanation for this clip? This video was captured in Battambang, Cambodia. A trio of seasoned paranormal pros had been tipped off on the whereabouts of an abandoned house left to ruin after the man who built it had fled in the dead of night years ago. Everyone was left scratching their heads at this, because the man had spent so long building his dream home. But after a while, the horrific truth came pouring out. The house hadn't been built on any kind of land, oh no. It had been built directly on the crude grave given to a group of people who took their last breaths right where the house now stands. The landlord apparently saw the bones and that didn't stop him from wanting to get to work, so he basically built the house on top of them. Naturally, you'd be pretty annoyed if that were you. So by the looks of it, the spirits of those people tormented him until he could take it no more. But what could they have done to make him flee so quickly? Well, that's just what these guys went there to find out. They spent a lot of their time attempting to make gentle contact with the spirits, but no amount of incense sticks and quiet requests could have prepared them for what happened when they headed around the back of the house to try and get inside. What on earth is that? The face doesn't move at all aside from appearing and then suddenly disappearing, but where would it have come from? We know there's nobody else inside, unless they went in and hid before, but how could they have just vanished into thin air like that? After they all managed to pull themselves together, one madman decided to go in there and check it out. But that's when things started getting super weird. Why doesn't he come out? And what are those loud crashing sounds from inside? It could be him, but if it is, why isn't he saying anything? Eventually he does come out, we see him at the end of the video, but what the hell went on in there? And what was that face? Do you think this could be one of the spirits who once scared off the previous owner, ensuring that the place stays empty? Or could it be something else? Leave your theories down below.
Hey, Have you watched the latest scary video on our second channel, Sleep is Cancelled? Click here to watch it now, and don't forget to stay in the dark.
Trying to keep his sanity intact, he got up close to inspect the doll. The pictures of the empty rooms have a chilling feeling to them, and what the hell is that imposing dark shadow in all of them?